my lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I thought I would do more of an in-depth client makeup tutorial for you guys. So this is one of my most recent clients that I've had, and I'm basically just going to be doing a 18th birthday glam on her. So just starting out by taking my Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Lotion, and I'm just popping that all over her face to hydrate and moisturize her skin before I start. And then I'm going to be taking the Maybelline Baby Skin, the Pore Erasing Primer, and just popping that in her T-zone. I personally like to do primer first just to let it all seep into the skin whilst I do the eyebrows and also the eyeshadow. I then am just taking some Fix Plus and spritzing her face with that before moving on to eyebrows. So for eyebrows, I like to use the Benefit Browsings for clients. I also use a Rimmel one as well, but her eyebrows best suited to this shade, so I just used this one and carefully took an angled eyebrow brush and filled in her eyebrows and just made them a little bit more defined. Then moving on, I'm just going to be taking some concealer and carving out her eyebrows. I find this just helps a lot to shape the eyebrows and make them more defined and cleaner as well. I honestly can't live without doing this step on clients. It's like a life-saving hack for me. I'm then just going to drag the concealer down onto her lid space as well to prep them for eyeshadow. I then will usually just take a brush and buff out the concealer and blend it in a little bit more along the top and also on the lid space, and then I will just quickly set it down with a little bit of powder as well. Today for eyeshadow, I'm going to be taking the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I love using this on clients. It blends like a dream. So I'm just starting off by taking a big fluffy brush and running that through her crease. She does have slightly hooded eyes as well, so I do like to kind of just make sure that I do a lot of blending and circular motions for her eye shape. And then she basically just told me, do what you want, glam me up, so I kind of just went with the flow of what I felt would look really good with her skin tone and what she said she'd be wearing. So I'm just going to basically be dragging the colour through the front. I decided to go with quite a mauve shade for her. So yeah, just blending that out in the outer corners and then dragging it into the front and deepening it up throughout the crease, because I knew I wanted to do a half cut crease with her eyes. Half cut crease is like my absolute go-to for clients. I just feel like you just can't go wrong with a good cut crease. So here I'm just deepening up the outer V, and then I'll also kind of blend it out with a clean blender brush as well, as you may see me doing throughout the process, and just going back and blending and blending and blending until it all looks good enough. I'm now just taking a little flat shader brush and the same concealer I used before, and just using this to slowly cut her crease out, and basically just going along the line of her natural crease slightly above and just using that to trace the shape of her cut crease. I'm then going in with the same colour I used in the crease and kind of just patting over the edges so that it blends really nicely. For the lid shade today, I'm going to be taking the Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter, and this is in the shade Kitten Karma. It's a beautiful rose gold shade. I love using it on clients. After I finish this process, I'll give the client the mirror to have a look at their eyes, tell me if they like it, if they would like it darker or anything like that. She was super happy, so I was stoked about that. And then I just like to go and clean up any fallout and kind of clean up the excess around the eyes. Then moving on to mascara, I usually use like the Essence mascara on just a disposable mascara wand. You can literally pick these up from Farmers. And moving on to lashes, I'm taking the Model Rock 212 lashes. I get them in a bulk pack, but the 212s are probably some of my most popular. So I'm just popping those onto her lashes with some Duo lash glue. When I apply lashes, I always stick on the middle first and then the outer and the inner corners last.
Moving
Moving along to foundation, I'm just going to be taking the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. I love using this on all of my clients. It leaves a very beautiful finish, I find, and also it's really good in photo situations. It doesn't have much flashback, so I love using it. I also find personally it doesn't budge, so it works pretty well on long nights out or whatever special occasion that you have. I usually mix 2 shades together, so I have a really light and a really dark shade of an NC and an NW to mix a more neutral shade for my client's skin tone. I'm now just taking the Revolution concealer to conceal her face, so I'm just popping that underneath her eyes, down her nose, her forehead, her chin, and a little bit on her cupid's bow as well, and this is just to give a more highlighted look for underneath the eyes and around the center parts of the face. I then like to go in with a beauty blender and just blend all that concealer out. Straight after I blend out that concealer under the eyes, I like to go in with a translucent powder or just a really light highlighting powder, just to make sure I get in there before creasing starts to form underneath the eyes, and to lock everything under the eyes and around those areas that I just concealed in place. Now going in with the Australis Fresh and Flawless face powder. I love using this for all my clients. It just gives a little bit of extra coverage and also just to set the rest of the perimeter of the face. Now going in with bronzer, I use this on all of my clients. It's the one and only Hoola bronzer. You honestly cannot go wrong with this, and just going in with an angled brush and starting to bronze and contour up her face. Moving along to blush, I'm just taking the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. This gives such a beautiful glow to the cheeks, so I'm just popping that all over her cheekbones. And then I'm going to be moving on to highlighter. This hands down is one of the best highlighters out, is the Doll Beauty highlighter in Like a Diamond. So I'm just popping that on her inner corners, her nose, her cupid's bow, and of course the high points of her cheeks. I'm then going to go in with that same powder that I used before, the Too Faced Sweet Peach powder, and I'm just going to use that to bake up the bronzer a little bit and make sure it's nice and sharp for her. I'm then just going to make her look up for me while I do her lower lash line. I usually just use the same colors that I used within the crease, and then I'll stamp the color that I put in the outer V area quite close to the lash line, and then blend that out as well. To finish off the makeup look, I'm going in with the Mellow Cosmetics Liquid Lip Paint in Ibiza. I think I mixed it with a tiny bit of the Kylie Cosmetics Exposed Lip Kit as well, just to make the perfect nude shade for her. And I'm just applying that to her lips with a Vanity Planet lip brush. Then to finish off the look, I'm just taking the MAC Fix Plus again and spritzing her face to lock everything in place for her. And then what I like to do as well with my clients is just pop a little bit of highlighter on their collarbones if they're wearing like a nice dress for the night or something like that. So there you have it, guys. That is the final look. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you want to see more videos like this in the future, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. I love you all so much, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!